The Gig Guide with Chris Saunders on Radio Verulam 92.6 FM.
And that was Shenandoah by the Fisherman's Friends, and we are joined tonight by a Fisherman's Friends. We have John Cleave on the phone. Are you there, John?
Yeah, how are you?
Hello, right. I'm not too bad. How are you?
Good, yeah, fine, thank you.
Good,
I just managed to shut my dog up. It just started barking just before we got on air.
It adds to the authenticity of the the intimate vibe.
Yeah.
So we've got you on the show tonight because you are playing in St Albans next week. So I thought I'd introduce you to the audience that you're going to have there.
Fantastic.
So just for people who might not know who the Fisherman's Friends are, could you just give us a bit of a history of the group, how you formed and your journey so far?
Yeah, well, we're all from the little village of Port Isaac on the north coast of Cornwall, which a lot of your listeners may know as the home of Doc Martin when it's on television, because that's all filmed here. And they also filmed the film Saving Grace here a few years ago as well as many other things, and I dare say a fair few people have visited. It was very pretty. But between 15 and 20 years ago, we don't know when. We've been trying to work out our history. But a lot of us that were at school together are grown up together. We're singing in different choirs, these sort of mixed choirs and male voice choirs and things. And we used to get together in the pub afterwards and sing. We used to enjoy singing sea shanties and songs of the sea, and so it gradually got more and more organised, and then we started doing the odd charity thing.
Yeah.
And then there are 10 of us overall, and about 2.5, getting on towards 3 years ago now, we got discovered, which was funny because we had never actually lost in the first place. But there we were singing down what we do every Friday from between Whitsun and the first week of September. We sing on what's called the Platt at Port Isaac. So you've got the harbour in the background with the sea coming in, the boats bobbing up and down, and the Platt is a big flat sort of concrete area where they pull the boats up onto. So we stand on that, and lots of visitors come and listen to us, and locals as well. And Rupert Christie, who's an independent record producer, heard us, and a week or so later he rang up and said, "Do you boys fancy making a record?"
Wow.
And and he said, you've been involved in making one with Decca the year before. And we said great, and then push came to shove, and we were all getting lined up to do this and quite excited about it. And then, lo and behold, Johnny Walker, the DJ, it sounds like Stella Street that used to be on telly, doesn't it? Johnny Walker, the DJ, was down on holiday, and Johnny said, well, of course, he got talking to one of the guys and said, well, of course, you've got yourself a manager or an agent, haven't you, because these record companies will eat you alive. And my friend Jeremy said, well, no, nothing like that. And anyway, he put us in touch with a great management team who were up in London, and within a week, they got us 3 recording deals on the table to choose from, and it's all gone on from there. And this, we've been on telly lots of times, and sang on the main stage at Glastonbury last year, Cambridge Folk Festival a couple of times, and
brilliant. So you never planned for? I mean, it was never part of the
never
the
part of the grand plan of things. I mean, we're all. As the name suggests, we are what we say we are. We have 3 brothers in the group, and the brothers are 3 lobster fishermen. My next door neighbour down here in Port Isaac is Peter. He used to be a lobster fisherman. He's 78 now. We got 1 other ex-fisherman in the group, and the rest of us were either in the Coast Guard or in the lifeboat crew.
Wow.
And
so you literally are Fisherman's Friends.
Yeah, we are, yeah. So, and we always thought, if the Fisherman's Friends Suite people said, well, hang on, that's our name, you can't use that. We could actually have said, well, sorry, but, that is what we are, and, we can show that we are. So,
brilliant.
That was a happy coincidence, wasn't it?
And now Ealing Studios have heard your story, and I hear there are plans to make a film about you. Is that true?
Yeah.
Is there any news about that? It's all...
Well, it's, we're secretly hoping, I mean, I won't say on the air, but there's a particular director we're hoping it's going to be, who's made a sort of a couple of feel-good films in the past.
Well, we'll have a think about that, and I might quiz you next week at the gig.
Yeah,
see if I can get
do,
it out of you.
and maybe. but I mean, nothing is finalised yet, so I shouldn't really say.
Are you going to be cameoing in it? Are we going to be able to spot you in the background?
I hope
still?
so. I hope we can all get little.
It'd be brilliant.
Parts.
You could be a customer in your own shop.
Yeah. I could. That would be good. I mean, I'd love something like that. I think we all like little walk-on parts, and you know, some of the group are more theatrically inclined than others, as the rest of the boys will no doubt tell you. But no, it's very exciting.
Cool.
But it's never, again, it's something we never imagined would happen.
No,
but,
not at all.
You know, we're all... when it all first started, you know, once or twice, one or two of us got a little bit excited about stuff, but there were always 8 or 9 others to jump up and down on them and say, shut up, don't be so stupid, and don't give up the day job. And, no one has, and that actually just as well, really. You know, we make a little bit of extra money out of it. Contrary to popular belief, when it came out, you know, £1 million record deal, well...
Doesn't go that far when there's 10 of you,
put it this way, I'm still working in my shop, and the boys are still going out catching lobsters, you know.
So you all still work full-time down in Port... Well, when you're not touring?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
How do you balance the touring and your newfound fame with your businesses?
What is quite fortunate for us, 9 out of 10 of us are self-employed with our own small businesses. Mm-hmm. So that gives you a degree of flexibility, really.
Yeah, of course.
And I mean, for my part, I run a sort of nautical shop, which is in an old lifeboat house. Mm-hmm. And I've some great ladies who work for me, and as long as I put a lot of work in this time of year, and you know, making sure I've got all the right stock coming in and get it all displayed and sorted out, you know, I can say to them, right, well, you know, I'm going to disappear now and hobnob with the rich and famous. Can you run the shop for me when I'm away? And they're brilliant. The girls are brilliant for me, yeah. And you know, 2 of the guys that fish, they have sons that are in their early 20s who are now sort of, you know, dovetailing in to take over those businesses. So it's come at a happy time in life for all of us, really.
So you've never come back home to Port Isaac after a tour and found your businesses crumbled to the ground or anything?
Well, I hope not.
Not yet, anyway.
I just have to do a hell of a lot more singing if it does. But, no, you know, we do appreciate the fact that we're lucky men. You know, we've had this little bit of luck that the payment for what we do is not financial. It's in the experience of what we're doing. And you know, I mean, I'm the second youngest of the group at 52, would you believe? Gosh. And you know, for this to happen at this time of our lives is fantastic. And all our families are growing away up, and you know, to get to play at these places, and you know, I mean, I'm a bit of a historical nerd, you know, and I'm looking forward to having a good old nose round the Roman ruins in St Albans. That's going to be great.
They are good.
And, well, I can't wait. You know, I spend all my time, and my wife can't understand. I never read novels. I just read history books, you know. And then we're going on to York afterwards. And
brilliant.
We've got the Jorvik Museum there and the Railway Museum. So, you know, take something from everywhere we go.
Yeah.
We're not exactly rock and roll, you know. If we were rock and roll, we'd be just smash at our hotel rooms all day long.
I was going to say, there's been no TVs out of windows or anything.
Yeah, well, you can easily put your back out doing that, couldn't you?
So you started off singing in pubs and out on the Platte, like you said.
Yeah.
And now you're doing big festivals and theatres and churches. Is there a particular type of venue that you favour over others? Because I'd imagine...
They're all slightly different nature, like you say.
Yeah, sea shanty singing lends itself to
if we do a festival, we'll generally do a slot for, you know, maybe 45 or 50 minutes, which is like a quick hit for us. That's quite nice. But then if you're like, you know, when we're at Cambridge and then up with yourselves at St Albans the night after, we'll be on stage for an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half. So it's what I like is a sort of nice intimate atmosphere, really. And you can, you know, especially if it's a sort of many-tiered theatre or something, and you can, you know, I don't have to speak too loudly over the mic. I can just sort of draw the audience in, and we have great fun with the audience, you know. It's a funny thing because we sing sea shanties and some old songs, we're immediately pigeonholed as being it's sort of a folk act, which you know is understandable, but I think probably what we do is more in the sort of musical tradition, really, because we have great fun with the audience and have great fun amongst ourselves, and our music's none too complex, and you know, I think it's actually accessible to people. People can sing along to it. And, well, in fact, we always say when we do it, you know, you'll know this one, please join in, but not too loud because we don't want you to spoil it.
Charming.
Yeah.
So you said there's 10 of you in the group.
Yeah,
It's a pretty big group. Does that ever cause any problems? I can imagine there being arguments about what songs you're going to
we have
sing,
a little
or
spat, yeah. We occasionally all chuck our toys at the pram, but
throw
actually
fish at each other.
there was a documentary about us, about our first year of sort of, when we all got discovered and everything. And I think it occurred to us in watching it back that we're pretty good at resolving stuff, in that it's not always necessary to bring stuff to a head.
Yeah.
You can give stuff time, and I suppose, being sort of fairly mature blokes, hopefully, we sort of think, well, is that worth falling out about? No, not really. Let's just give it a bit of time and see what happens and see how it develops. And so touch wood, and I am touching wood. So far, we're all right. But at the end of the day, do you know what? If it came to threaten our friendships, I think that would be it, really. I think we would say,
friendship's more
let's go back
important.
to doing what we did before, because it ain't going to cost us a fortune not to do it. It's been great while we've been doing it. And, if we live in a small community, it's about 1,000 people here in Port Isaac, and so it's very lovely. We're very lucky to, most of us were at school together, and this whole thing's brought us all very close, really, and and our family's very close, even closer than before, and so, we don't want to lose that.
Yeah, of course. And you have very deep traditional roots, obviously singing old sea shanties. Where do you find all your songs? Do you write any of them yourselves? Or
It's always tempting to say I heard this one from a travelling minstrel, or my great-great-grandfather used to sit me on his knee and sing me this, but that would be a lie. I mean, we research it. You can research it on the internet. And, I mean, lots of stuff. We started off, we were singing with choirs, and we've pinched a few of those songs. And several of our songs are sort of popular within the Cornish tradition of pub singing, and there's a song called the Cadgwith Anthem, for example, and then a shanty called South Australia, and another song called And the Lark Sang Melodious, and those are all sung around the Cornish circuit, and we'll occasionally dip into those, and sometimes do an old Methodist hymn called Brightly Beams, which is a lovely old hymn.
I love that one.
Yeah, it's nice, and it just gives a little variety to our performance. But when we pick our material, we try and pick. It should have a nautical bent to it, and that's our sort of little bit of theme, really.
Right. So if it's nautical, it's good.
Yeah, I think so. And they don't necessarily have to be old, but because we're Cornish and a bit careful with our money, if you pick traditional songs, you don't have to pay for the.
This is true. Don't have to pay copyright. Brilliant. Well, I've got to wrap it up now. Just one quick question: are there any new releases that we can look forward to on the horizon?
Do you know what? Yeah, there is going to be a new album, but they're keeping hold of it, hopefully, until the movie comes out, because I think
are they going to?
I mean,
come
this
out
is all.
At the same time?
This is difficult. We have to leave all that to the record company to do, and so whatever they say goes. And,
but we should keep our eyes peeled.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I think we've recorded most of it, and we're we're very happy with it, and hopefully it'll be a good follow-up to the first. And it'd be nice to get another gold disc, and we got one for the first one, which was terrific. No counting for taste. Everyone buying that. Eh?
Great. Well, thank you very much, John. And just to remind the listeners, you're playing at the Auburn Arena next Wednesday.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
22nd of February. I will certainly be there.
If anybody wants to give us a conductor tour around the Roman ruins, that would be great.
I'll see if I can find anyone to help out with that.
Hope to see a lot of people there.
There will be a lot. I actually work at the arena, so I've got it on. You've got it on good authority that you're selling very well.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Well, we're very much looking forward to it. So
we are as well.
Brilliant.
Thank you for joining us tonight, John.
Take care.
I'll see you next week.
See you
Take care.
soon.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.